American hero is Daniel John Sullivan III of Louisville, Kentucky, who has won the Indianapolis 500. Mario Andretti finishes second. Roger Penske, the crew chief. Now is the time to celebrate. They didn't budge a muscle until he had crossed the start-finish line, that yard of brick, for the last time. The Roger Penske team winning for the second year in a row. Danny Sullivan headed for victory lane at Indianapolis. A moment he has to have dreamed about, thought about, planned for, but I would imagine, Sam, you're never quite ready for it.
Jim, he gave up a promising career in Formula One just 2 years ago to take a chance on IndyCar racing, and this is where that chance led.
The Indianapolis Motor Speedway gave a party last weekend, and everybody came. 400,000 of them. They stayed for the weekend, even over into Monday, but the party never came off. For the first time in 71 years, the scheduled race day was totally canceled. Not a race engine turned over in Indy. Still, most of the faithful remained. But Monday was worse than Sunday, as this scene indicates. So we all stood out in the rain some more until the Speedway announced it was off again. Come back on Saturday, they said, and we'll try again. So here we are for the first time ever. ABC Sports has been prepared to cover the 500 on live network television since last weekend, weather permitting. And as of now, it appears that weather will at last permit. How many have returned? Well, it has to be a guess, as there are no official attendance records here, but perhaps 250,000 should be a pretty good estimate. There are seats for more than that number, and as you can see, most of them seem to be occupied.
Hundreds of thousands of people now up and ready to watch on their tiptoes as they go green and race for 2 laps. The Indianapolis 500 is now the Indianapolis 5 between Kevin Cogan and Bobby Rahal and Rick Mears.
Oh, and Kevin didn't get the start he might have hoped for.
And Rahal's going by him. Bobby Rahal in car number 3 has the lead once again. You look at Debbie. She knows what's happened. They come out of turn 2. They're going down into turn 2 now, down the back stretch. Rahal trying to stretch the lead over Cogan. Mears trying to get into it.
I think it was a disadvantage for Kevin to be leading because it allowed Rahal to sit back just slightly and time the start. In fact, here comes Rick Mears.
Can't get by him. They're in turn 3. Now they're in turn 4. And they'll come out of turn 4 and onto the front straight. There will be 1 lap to go now when Bobby Rahal comes by the start-finish line. 33-year-old Bobby Rahal of Dublin, Ohio, trying to beat 30-year-old Kevin Cogan. And right now, Debbie Rahal believes it's about to happen. They're into turn 1.
Looks good, doesn't it, for Rahal?
He's got it. He's got it if the car holds
just
up.
ran a lap at 204 miles an hour, so he had something left, and he's showing it right now. And Rick Mears may be going to menace Kevin Cogan for second as Rahal goes on to win. That's a possibility.
The yellow flag, which appears for a moment to have won the race for Kevin Cogan, instead created an opportunity for Bobby Rahal to win it. An opportunity that Rahal has taken advantage of. There in front of him, on the right, now the left, Blaine Sweeney holds a checkered flag for the 1986 Indianapolis 500 champion, Bobby Rahal.
Fantastic. Mario, on the right of your screen, he's not starting for the pits.
Oh, my goodness, it's happened again.
It has happened.
It has happened again, and you can hear the crowd responding. Lady Luck has reared what is to Mario her ugly head at Indianapolis again.
That shows. Don't count your chickens till they hatch. The bad luck has followed Mario again. This is kind of sad in many ways. Mario is going to feel worse today than he has in probably most of his losses, Jim.
Millions of racing fans prayed only that Mario would get a fair shot, a full run at it. It looked so good for so long, and there now is the leader, and Katie knows it as Roberto Guerrero tries to turn his bridesmaid status into that of a champion.
There's Roberto Guerrero. Now, he, of course, saw Mario slowing. So what is in this man's mind? 28 years old. Now the Indianapolis 500 handed to him. We have heard now word that through Mario's radio back to his pits that he has lost blower pressure, his turbocharger not working. He may be able to limp around to a finish. Of course, any chance of winning is now completely gone.
This happened with less than 60 miles to go. He had led for all but 5 laps in the race.
That's astounding. But this is Indianapolis. This is racing luck. This is what we talked about all day. But remember another thing. It isn't over yet. The end of this race doesn't happen until it's really over.
And there goes Roberto Guerrero by Andretti's car. You see Andretti in the pits. You saw Guerrero come down the front straight. The leaderboard changes. Car number 4 goes to the top of the leaderboard. Roberto Guerrero is the man in control. Who's chasing Guerrero? Al Unser Sr. in car number 25. Here comes Roberto. Let's watch the pit stop.
All right, this will be interesting to see, Jim. They better not make mistakes now. He has a chance of winning this race. Now's the important time. Everything in racing comes down to the very last part.
Now there's second place, Al Unser Sr. And he is still out on the track, remember, as Guerrero makes the pit stop.
No adjustments for Roberto so far.
The critical thing here for Roberto to get out of the pits before Al Sr. makes it back around on the front straight.
Al Sr. is going down the back stretch. Now he's going into turn 3. You know that's in Roberto's mind. This pit stop is dragging on there.
Killed the engine. Roberto killed the engine.
They stalled it.
This is really going to change the outcome of this race. Roberto's engine, he's got it going off, Jim.
They're going to be very close. They're going to be very close. Here comes Al Sr. in the front straight. He's going to pass him, I think.
Yes. Can't get it going. It's stalled again. Al Unser Sr. takes the lead in the Indianapolis 500. You've got 18 laps to go. This man has won it 3 times already in his career. He's 47 years old. He didn't have a ride until 2 weeks ago, and now Guerrero has had a taste of Andretti luck.
The crowd is going wild. They have to pull Roberto back if he goes 1 pit stop too far. It's even a lap penalty, if I remember right here. Al now is on the defensive. He must operate totally different. He's not chasing anybody, they're chasing him.
He is the coolest hat on the track.
And what do you think A.J. Foyt is thinking back in his darkened garage right now?
He is counting up those little differences between his record and Al Unser Sr.'s, and he might be recognizing
all
that.
Right, Roberto's underway again, Jim. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, but you're right.
Guerrero is now back at speed, leaving the pits. You see him there. But there goes Al going by him, so he is now a full lap down, and obviously he saw Al flash by. He knows the situation. There's no chance of overcoming that deficit through sheer speed whatsoever, so he is now in the position that Al was in before.
This is all within the space of a few miles. Andretti, who had controlled the race all day, suddenly pulling down to the apron. Guerrero taking the lead. Guerrero passing Unser Sr. to go a lap up. Coming in for the routine pit stop, the last one in the race. Stalling the car, and Al Unser Sr. taking advantage of the opportunity to move into the lead. All he's got to do now is finish cleanly.
Just 2 laps to go, Jim.
He won it in 1970 racing for Parnelli Jones. Again in 1971, he was the last man to repeat. He won it in a chaparral in 1978. He has not won it in 9 years, but he was second in 83, 5th in 82, 3rd in 84, 4th in 85. And now it looks like he's going to add first in 1987.
And with that incredible record behind him, Jim, still, when I stood next to Al when he went out to qualify and to put this car in the show 2 weeks ago, as he put his earpieces in, you see him coming up to 1 lap, his hands were shaking so badly he could barely get his earpieces in. So no one is ever immune to the pressures of this place, and I don't think on this last lap that he's immune to it either in that cockpit. Do you?
Boy,
Karen doesn't want to look. Karen doesn't want to look.
Face, and that tells you the story. She just crossed her fingers. She got everything crossed. She just praying to God that he can make it around the rest of this last remaining lap.
He's in the short chute between turns 1 and 2.
He's
going down the back stretch. Now he's into turn 3.
He can coast from there, right? Just about.
When he comes off at turn 4, he can slide across.
That's Chris Mears, Rick Mears' wife, hugging Karen. And now here it is. Your brother, Al Unser, joins A.J. Foyt as one of only 2 men ever to win the Indianapolis 500 4 times in his life.
That is fabulous. That is absolutely fabulous. I just cannot believe it.
Bobby, congratulations. That is simply fantastic.
Thank you.
That's just great.
This has been a day. This makes up for Robbie getting his leg broken.
Well, and I'm sure Robbie's watching right now. There's a television in that hospital room, we hope.
Yes, he is. Well, he's not watching TV, but he's listening to the radio.
Well, that's right.